Let's talk about the hard-working billionaires and their trillion-dollar companies. See, the USA now has more billionaires than at any time in history. And believe me, just because we're talking about them doesn't mean I wouldn't want to befriend one. At least if I blow him on my birthday, I'd probably get my wish. Oh, you're about to say, he isn't a billionaire. Well, of course not. He went to a casino, which remains the best way for anyone to lose their fortune. You may have heard of billionaires and corporations avoiding billions in taxes, while a stripper tries to deduct her boob job and she gets a knock from the IRS for an audit. Don't worry, IRS. Roxy keeps all her receipts. So let's talk about these demigods who save billions in taxes while your lazy ass is trying to trick the system. Politicians, businessmen, investors, billionaires, all of them transfer their wealth to tax havens. If you're thinking, hey, how come Lacey at Chase only offered me a college account and not one of these tax haven thingamajigs? Well, go back to Chase and tell Lacey to fuck off for screwing you out of saving millions. And once you've done that, we can talk about tax havens. And yeah, you can't really get that at Chase. I just don't like Lacey. She's very anal about those late payment fees. Many wealthy people transfer part of their riches to these places to pay fewer taxes. A tax haven is nothing more than a jurisdiction with low taxes and high legal security. That is, in addition to low taxes, these places ensure that their assets are safe from any kind of robbery, nationalization, confiscation, or corruption. You may have already heard of some of these tax havens called the Cayman Islands, Cyprus, Jersey, Bermuda, Swiss chocolate. I don't know about havens, but that chocolate is heaven. It's precisely this combination of low taxes and high legal security that makes these territories receive so much capital from the world. And no, operating in these places isn't illegal. That's why the billionaires do it. Just like taking Lacey's pen when you visited Chase isn't illegal, but immoral. Actually, scratch that. Take her pen. She works at Chase. They take millions in late fees, but can't have free fucking pens? Jeez. It is estimated that the world's rich are stowing at least $7.6 trillion in these tax havens. Oh, and FYI, none of these people watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They believe it's bad luck. One of the biggest ways that organizations utilize tax havens is called corporate profit shifting. This is where a business registers their headquarters in another country, which has a lower tax rate than their native country. This technique is very popular with big companies because they move their patents, codes, formulas, or algorithms in lower tax countries, which then makes their very valuable assets legally reside in the low tax country. For example, a US business could move its patents to Ireland, a lower tax location, and then the patents would belong to the Irish branch of the company, at which point the Irish subsidiary could charge the US company to access the patents, making it easy to funnel profits made in the US to Ireland, just passing them off as payments for the patents. Once the money's moved to Ireland, it can then be taxed at the much lower rate, saving a big tax bill. That's why Apple has done just that. Individuals can do a similar thing just by becoming a resident of a country with the lower tax rate, which allows people to pay less tax. And at this point, if you are wondering, do the rich ever pay their fair share? Yes, they do, when they win the Powerball jackpot. So how come things like this exist? And why doesn't Congress stop them? Well, let me, a billionaire in sovereign bolivars, explain the concept of crony capitalism. Let's think about capitalism and what we know it to be. It is that there should be free exchange of goods or services between independent agents. Let's say I own a company, Company A, which sells masks. I am selling my product for $9. Let's say there's a Company B, which has masks for $10. You buy from me which creates the most value for both me and you. Meanwhile, Company B now has an incentive to cut costs so they can compete better. If you repeat this kind of transaction a billion times a day, 365 days a year, that is how our economy works and grows. Or at least how it should, right? Now, where does crony capitalism come in? Well, you know how Company B is selling expensive masks? If they are backed by big money and they have influence in Congress and the Senate, they can pay a few million to the politicians. The politicians can deem my masks hazardous, not good for children, a man's burqa, Russian masks, and they can have me shut down. Now Company B has a monopoly on the masks. Or in another instance, the government will only buy expensive masks from Company B with your tax money, all because Company B lobbied the right committees and because they gave more campaign contributions. That is how crony capitalism works. And if you're thinking, what the hell does this AI-looking puppet know? He isn't an actual billionaire. Well, yes, but I have a solution for that. Go to this website and send me $1 and then share this video so a billion people see it. I will then have $1 billion and will confirm to you that all of what I said is how it works. All of us work our asses off. 16 hours, 18 hours with minimal sleep, and we are told we are just lazy. There are 540 billionaires in the US, and not one of those losers has decided to become Iron Man or Batman. And they tell us we're lazy? Fuck them. I don't know any perfect solution to this, but I sure as hell know that we are about to get a chance to vote. When these clowns come and ask you for your vote, tell them you're not giving them shit until they make sure the rich are paying their fair share. I know that sounds like too much, and people will tell you that we need to take it step by step, and we don't need to jump the gun. Things take time. But if you look at anything historically, it seems like evolution. But if you're present at the time, it damn sure is a revolution. Thank you guys.